Hi students, I welcome you all to another session on material management. Let's get on track for today's lecture. Under integrated materials management, today we are going to discuss about inventory control fully. I am Sylvia Aloysius, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. Let's see the definition of inventory control. Here, according to John L. Burbidge, inventory control is then concerned with the control of the qualities and monetary values of these items a predetermined level or within safe limit. It is a scientific method of finding how much stock should be maintained in order to meet the production demands and be able to provide right type of material at right time in right quantities and at competitive prices. Students, too much inventory creates a problem of their storage, huge investment and maintenance of stored item. At the same time, low inventory affects entire production process. Therefore, optimum amount of inventory should be maintained in stores and it is called inventory control. Let's see the scope of inventory control now. Determination of inventory policies, determining various stock levels, determining economic order size, safety or buffer stock, determining lead time, examine the work of inventory policies. Here, the determination of inventory policies fully depends upon the internal and external factors of a business concern, and as well as determining various stock levels. There are many stock levels are there: reorder level, minimum stock level, maximum stock level, dead stock level, and average stock levels. So depends upon the usage of material, the stock levels will be decided. And economic order size, when it comes to economic order size, the size of the order which gives maximum economy in purchasing any item of material. It is also called as economic lot quantity and economic buying quantity. Here, the total cost to order and to carry material should be equal always. Safety or buffer stock denotes the stock, that is the inventories which are kept in reserve to meet out emergency situations. And determining the lead time means, what is lead time here is the time gap between placement of an order and the time of actual supply is called lead time. And finally, the inventory control follows up to examine the work of inventory policies. The following are the functions of inventory control: to ensure against delays in deliveries, to allow for possible increase in output, maintain smooth and efficient production flow, to keep better consumer relations, to take advantage of quality discounts, to utilize the advantage price fluctuations, to ensure against scarcity of materials in the market, to have a better utilization of men and machinery. Students, the firm should keep some safety stock to avoid delays in deliveries of output, as well as this safety stocks helps them to meet out increased demand in the market, because we cannot study the market conditions in advance exactly. This supply of inventories helps to maintain smooth production flow and keep good customers relations, as well as the firm can enjoy some rate of concessions when purchasing large quantities, as well as they can easily escape from price fluctuations. And to ensure against scarcity of materials also in their firm or organization. This helps them to utilize the men and machinery in an efficient manner. See the objectives of inventory control: no overstocking, no understocking, economy in purchasing, proper quality, minimum wastage, information about materials, fixation of various stock levels. Let's see the importance of inventory control now. Protects from fluctuations in demand, helps in giving better services to customers, aids in continuing production operations, reduces the risk of loss, minimizes the administrative workload, tries to protect fluctuations in output, makes effective use of working capital, checks loss of materials due to pilferage, facilitates cost accounting activities, and avoids duplication in ordering of stock. See the inventory control techniques now. The first one is ABC analysis, second one VED analysis, third one FSN analysis, fourth one sparse and slow moving items, fifth one EOQ analysis, and sixth one reordering level, seventh one HML analysis, and eighth one SDE analysis. Let's see one by one in the coming slides. What is ABC analysis now? ABC stands for always better control analysis. A small number of items represent a large percentage of the cost value. Conversely, a large percentage of items represent only a small portion of the cost value. Procedure to determine varying levels of control is called the ABC analysis. The materials are classified into three categories: A, B, and C. A category items always stands under high value of items, that is, the cost of the item will be very, very high, but it will be purchased small in quantity. Same way, the second one, category B, stands under moderate value inventory items, and the C category stands for very low value item. Its cost value is very, very low. So the materials are classified in these categories. That's what it is called ABC analysis. The VED analysis now. VED stands for vital, essential, and desirable inventories. And our vital inventories, vital category includes inventory which is necessary for production or any other process in an organization. That is, without this material there is no possibility of production. Same way, the essential categories also next importance to the vital quantities. That is, the inventories which are next to vital is called essential. And the desirable category of inventory is, if it is there in the sense they can use it. Its presence is not that much compulsory in the manufacturing process. See FSN analysis. F stands for fast moving inventory, S stands for slow moving inventory, and N stands for non moving inventory. Under management of this FSN analysis, it is the technique where they have to classify the item into F, S, and N items, and try to give more attention to F items, and they try to dispose of N items. So they are capable to manage inventory properly. Let's see sparse and slow moving items. Slow moving materials are those which are not regularly demanded, and their movement of their item from their shelf is very occasional, say once in 6 months or so. For example, spare parts and some special purpose materials for projects required only for a certain kind of project activity alone. EOQ analysis. EOQ stands for economic order quantity. It is also known as standard order quantity and economic lot size, economical ordering quantity. To determine this economic ordering quantity, ordering cost and carrying cost are taken into consideration. These two costs affect the profits of the firm. So, the management tries to balance these two costs every time. The balancing point is called economic order quantity. Now, let's see reordering level. It's very important question actually. Students, the work order lead time is the time the company's suppliers take in manufacturing and delivering the ordered units. Identifying the correct reorder level is very important. If there is no safety stock, the reorder level can be worked out using the following formula. Reorder level is equal to average demand into lead time. Both demand and lead time must be in the same unit of time. That is, both should in days or weeks, etc. If a company maintains a safety stock, reorder level calculation changes are follows. Reorder level is equal to average demand into lead time plus safety stock. Let's see HML analysis. Here H stands for highest value and M stands for medium value and L stands for low value. The materials are classified according to their cost per unit. When the cost per unit is high, it comes under H, and when it is medium level, it comes under M, and if it is low, very low cost per unit, in the sense, it comes under L. So why this is used? In the sense to keep control over consumption of these materials. It is depends upon the business organization, often vary. Students, this is the last analysis, SDE analysis. S stands for scarce items and D stands for difficult items and E stands for easily available items. The scarce items which are in short supply, usually these are raw materials or maybe spare parts which are imported items, and the difficult items in the sense which are not readily available in the local markets and have to be procured from far away places or items for which there are a limited number of suppliers, and the item stands for which are easily available items in the local markets. Finally, we came to the end of this session. Everything we discussed from inventory control, and I ask you to go through all the slides carefully and try to understand the concept properly. We will meet in the next session, students. Thank you.